All right, we are live.
We are live. Mwah. Hi, everybody.
On We're missing in action last week. Last week was the one week where Tiffany and I were busy and Kevin was not. Kevin was
Isn't
hot.
that something?
Kevin was hot to do the show, and Tiffany was like, we're busy."
Yeah, I was
Uh,
on doing my show, Fashion Week Brooklyn. Yeah.
Kevin should be popping in anytime soon, hopefully, um, so we can get this rolling. So on today's show, we are definitely talking about the hot topic of social influencer Ashlee Jenae, who was, well, I don't want to say she was unalived by her boyfriend because I don't think he's been arrested. Um, but she was found dead in Tanzania. And anyhow, the main source or the main sticking point for people is that he was white, she was black, and I guess she put out a lot of stuff on social media dissing black men, saying that black men are useless, and she started waking up every morning seeing black men doing, she had a lot of negative things to say about about black men, and now so she felt safe with a white man, obviously, as a lot of here's Kev, as a lot of black women seem to do. They seem to think it's safer with a white man. White man will take care of them. He would fix their credit score. He would show them the good life. He's gonna fly them to Paris for dinner. He's gonna, be soft with them. No yelling, no screaming. No cheating. When you're with a white man, it's like heaven, Tiffany.
No, it's they feel submissive to black women because they know who we are. So
Yeah,
we want to keep it real. But I'm not dating a slave master's descendant.
yeah.
It's nothing like a black man. So
Yeah. So Ashlee Jenae she was unalive while on vacation with her white boyfriend. Some people are sympathetic, some people are not because of the things she said about black men. Also, we're gonna talk about rapper and I guess pioneer Africa Bambaataa. He passed away at 67 this week, and there were lots of condolences, RIPS, but also there were lots of rest in peace, and also a lot of I saw rest in piss because allegedly he was a pedophile. I didn't know a whole lot about that. All I know is Planet Rock. That's the only thing I knew about African Bambaataa. So that's as far as my knowledge, but I did find some videos on the whole Bambaataa. What up, Kev?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Start on Time guy? How you doing? I come in at 7. I come in at 7:03. We already started.
Yeah.
yes,
Oh God. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
we are fine. How are
Uh,
you?
so,
I'm good. I'm great. I hope everybody's good. Good to see you.
Good to see
Tiffany,
you.
you want to do me the honors and then give me the rules for the show before
The
we get?
rules: we do not own the rights to the content or the music. We are protected by the Fair Use Act. Everything we say is alleged. We use the property, the music and the content for educational purposes only, and entertainment purposes only. Our opinions is our opinions only, and everything is alleged. Alleged. Please make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment and let us know what you think.
All
So
right.
okay. Anyway, I'm
Kev?
sorry. Why do we do that to um who are we pleasing with that speech? I'm just curious. I know we do it every show. I know why it's done. But anybody can explain to me why we do that?
Because we have to sometimes our videos and even mine get blocked because of certain music. You only
Oh,
supposed to pay up to 12 to 13 seconds. After that, they block you or they mute you. during the
Okay.
time you're playing the music. So you just let it know on the video that we don't own the rights to the content.
Oh, okay.
You
Gotcha.
know, just to let them know. And everything that we're excuse me, I'm hoarse. Everything that we're saying is alleged because we don't want nobody to try to come and sue us or say we said something that we didn't supposed to say. This is our opinions only. So, that was
Thank
it.
you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. All right. So we're going to kick it off with our fabulous theme song, and then we're going to play some video. Kev, our first topic is going to be the Ashlee Jenae, the sister that was I don't want to say unalived by her boyfriend because he hasn't been charged.
And
But
I don't think she killed herself either.
of course
Of
not.
course not.
Of course not. They believe OJ killed Nicole, but they don't believe he killed Ashlee Jenae.
Good point, Carl. Good point. Great point.
Yes. All right, folks. Here we go.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow. The Black Therapy Show. We in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Because we gotta unite. No more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know it, Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany. You'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy. We're gonna challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries. We built all the schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
The family of an online influencer from New Jersey, they want answers after authorities in East Africa announced Ashlee Robinson died in Zanzibar this past weekend. The 31-year-old was there with her fiance. Police say she was found unconscious in her luxury villa and later was pronounced dead at a hospital.
For influencer Ashlee Robinson, known to tens of thousands of her followers as Ashlee Jenae, a birthday trip to a tropical paradise was supposed to be the pinnacle of a lifestyle built on travel and exploration. It was here on the East African island of Zanzibar where her boyfriend Joe McCann dropped to one knee. On Monday, we spoke to Robinson's parents.
We both had FaceTime conversations with her. She was showing us the engagement ring and where they were. She was happy. It doesn't make any sense.
In the middle of celebrating her engagement to McCann, just days after her 31st birthday, police say Robinson was rushed to a local hospital after she was found unconscious and was later pronounced dead.
We found out that our daughter had passed from the hotel. The fiance did not reach out to us at all.
Robinson's mother told another news outlet the couple had an argument so severe that hotel staff moved them into separate rooms. Investigators in Zanzibar announced Tuesday that McCann is being held for questioning. Authorities have also seized his passport pending the results of an autopsy.
Do you believe that Joe McCann had something to do with your daughter's death?
We don't know what went on.
What did she tell you her dreams or her goals were for the future?
She believed that she was on the path of the next chapter of her life and settling with someone who she believed to be the love of her life.
Now, we have been unable to reach Joe McCann, his relatives, or anyone from the investment company that he founded. The State Department says it is monitoring the case. In the meantime, a crowdfunding page is helping raise money for Robinson's relatives to travel to Zanzibar to help get some answers.
Every day, Black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us. Coming from someone who can't wake up no more, yikes! Talking all that shit about Black men online just to get off by your white fiance in South Africa, diabolical. And I'll never find it funny that a Black person gets killed by a white person. That cracker need to get hung. But I do find the irony funny. Oh, the irony of it all. How many times have we seen Black people talk shit about Black people just to get off by the crackers they love so much? No, I think it's sad. I just don't feel bad. And I don't like how South Africa is covering up for him. Them two motherfuckers had an argument so bad that the hotel they were staying at in South Africa had to separate them the day before she died. But she hung herself. I wish I cared more to dig more into it, but I don't.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to take me a deep breath. Okay, so this young lady's name is Ashlee, and her family and friends are calling for us as, you know, people of color, black, brown, whatever, to rally for her. And a lot of the time, I can't sugarcoat this, she made herself extremely hard to defend. She is a black woman who dated white men with the intention to degrade, berate, and belittle black men. And now they pulling up all her old posts and things like that. And they are saying, no, they not riding for you. Ming, can you handle the situation? I want your opinion. Here it is. We as black women, we pride ourselves on looks, money, and everything else, but some of us don't have the cognition or the fully frontal lobe developed to understand every black man is not responsible because we chose to date a couple that wasn't shit. Okay? Every black or brown woman on this planet dating black American men, some of them ain't shit. But you can't say all of them ain't shit because we ain't dated all of them. And if you've dated all black, that's just not physically possible. There's like millions of black men. Fuck that. The point is this. You had all of that to say about black men. A black man would not have taken you on a trip and took your life. That's just the bottom line. That's why I said, y'all better get smart. You better ignore Shira 7. You better ignore, what's that other girl on Facebook that's dating a white husband and all that shit, because this kind of mindset will get your life took. Well, what about the black men that take black women's lives? It does happen, but it doesn't happen as often as it would happen with a situation like this. Because the minute that you forget that he is your white savior, he took you out of your situation, he's going to remind you what he thinks of you, your ancestors, and that's exactly how he's going to respond. If you are a black woman and you fix your mouth to come to this internet and tell other black women that they need to date black men because black men ain't shit, that they need to date white men because black men ain't shit, you need to remind them of this story and so many others, okay? It could happen with a black man, but it's less likely. Now, you might be a single mom. You might have to fight a little bit, but this kind of shit is not going to happen. A black man is not going to, we can't even say it on camera what he did to her. And you know what it is. His ancestors took a hold of him because he no longer saw you as a partner. He saw you as underneath him. Sorry, baby, but you too hard to defend. I can't do it.
You're gonna end up in fucking prison.
I don't care.
Leave me alone.
I don't care.
You're fucking crazy. Everyone warned me this is how you were gonna act.
I'll kill you, bro. I'll fucking
Get the
kill
fuck
you.
away from me.
I'll fucking kill
Get the
you.
fuck away from me.
I'll fucking kill you.
Get away
I'll
from
fucking
me.
Kill you.
Go kill Jenna. Get the fuck away from me.
Fuck you. Get out of my house. I'll stay away from you forever once you're out of my house.
I will be gone. You will never
can
have
go!
to fucking question that ever again. Ever fucking again.
I'm on right now.
Shut the fuck up. Here.
All right. So we are talking about, am I echoing?
No, you're fine.
Ashlee Jenae, the influencer who was found dead in Tanzania. She was on a vacation with her white boyfriend. And of course, a lot of black people are not feeling a lot of sympathy for her because they said she did talk shit about black men. And, she was all, it was all about white men because white men are, I guess it's kind of like how a lot of black men that date white women say white women are easier to get along with. I guess there are some black women out there who think white men are easier to get along with as well. They think the grass on that side is much greener, it's much softer, it's a better life when you date a white man. Can we group all white men in one group and say that they're all horrible? Obviously not. But if we look at the history of how white men have acted and the crimes that white men have committed, I can honestly, unequivocally say white men have a diabolical streak, demonic streak in them. And you can look at, like I said, history. You can look at Jeffrey Dahmer. You look at, I forgot what his name, the BTK killer, bind them, torture, and kill. There was all the serial killers are white. So in my opinion, and in the world's opinion, judging from history, white men seem to have a diabolical and demonic streak in them.
Yeah, they're very violent people, but they say that we're violent, and that's the saddest thing. I feel very sad for the young lady, but again, you heard what I said, young lady. She don't know the history of what white men have did to our people, to our women, you know. And again, like you said, it's not all white men, because you have white men that do love their black women. I'll get it, you know. But you have to know your history to be able to see the red flags. I think that she probably didn't see the red flags of white supremacy in him. She probably didn't see the red flags of him being crazy. Because I know when I saw the picture of them together, he had a conniving look in his face the way he looked at her. You know, it didn't make me feel like it was loving. It made me feel like something was wrong with him, and she didn't recognize it. But other people that have saw crazy before recognize it. And she's not the only one. It's many women, especially young women and Caribbean African women, that feel like they could date these men and not know the history of their behaviors. Also, I want to give a shout out to O'Shea Du Jackson. He talked about this. He dig deeper into her. Come to find out, you see how you saw the mother and father together, which are both black. The mother is dating a white man and have mixed children by this white man. You understand what I'm saying? So they feel like they was okay with it. They didn't look about it. Her mother didn't care about it. Her mother got married to a white man. You understand? Also, she had a fetish with having light-skinned children. So this young lady had a lot of, again, rest in peace to her. She had a lot of red flags that she was very misinformed about her culture, her background, and who she is as a black woman, that she felt like this white man will be better. Maybe it was the luxury or, you know, whatever the case may be. Also, it's word of the street that he's a little cuckoo himself. You understand? And she's not the first woman that he has brought there. They say it is known for white men to bring black young people, black young girls, or other little things down there to that Zanzibar, you know, in that resort area. They don't go out the resort, but in that little exotic resort area. So it's a lot of questions that being answered now after her death. Like they said, a lot of people are going back to her tweets and all of that. You know, it's just sad. I don't think that she will kill herself on her 31st birthday in Tanzania, having the time of her life, and just got engaged to. That just does not make no sense. So again, to our black women of all walks of life, please be careful. Yeah, black men kill, white men kill, Asian people, yeah. But when you're in this situation, you have to be more alert and recognizing red flags, because I feel that she had red flags, but because she's young, she's gullible, you know, and she's very manageable, as you see. You know, you can see that she was only a man can be able to do the things that he can do, because the woman is manageable. He could be able to do things to her and she wouldn't even recognize it. But he wouldn't do that with me or somebody that was, you know, that know what's going on in this world. But I'm not sleeping with a white man. We don't have a good relationship.
All right, Kev.
I remember Candace Owens, and I can't think of the black lady on Fox News. She has long hair and the green eyes. They're both married to white men, and they both make a living talking about black men. They make a very good living. Candace Owens is trying to reverse her shit now, but
oh yeah, she's reversed it.
But she has made a living talking about black men, and she has a white husband. And Paris Faulkner is her name, I believe. Faulkner, Faulkner on Fox News is married to a white man, and she does the same thing. She just on Fox News makes lots of money, and anytime she gets a shot at a black man, from Obama to George Floyd, she takes advantage of it, right? So, I don't understand. And Tiffany says she's gullible. I'm not quite sure she's so gullible, Tiffany, because she still found enough time to put social media posts up dogging black men. You can date who you want to date, love who you want to love. You don't know who you're gonna fall in love with. You can walk into a supermarket and have eye contact, and somebody can just sweep you off your feet, right? So you fall in love with who you fall in love with. That no matter what the skin color is, right? So, but why do you have to dog out black men just because you fall in love with a white man or you attracted to a white man for whatever reason that is, whatever it is? Why do you have to take this energy and dog out black? Because she did that. She went on social media and told black women to come to the other side. And that's just come to the other side. It's better over here. Like taking swipes at black men. That's why I have no sympathy. I'm sorry this happened to her, but I mean, my heart's not bleeding over here. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Because
no, you don't suppose your heart is not supposed to.
I'm so sick of being victimized because of who I am. I'm a black man. I shouldn't have to defend myself 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And that's what we do as black men. We always have to defend ourselves. And it's worse when we have to defend ourselves against black women, Like we have enough with the other side, but then have black women come at us is even worse, And here's black women that and they all have. I've never seen a black woman that have a black husband that does this. It's always the black women that have white husbands that do this, So it's a pattern. It's a pattern.
No, it's not. Something just happened this week. A congressman from Atlanta just killed his wife and stuff, and he's black. You understand? It happens. Domestic violence happens. But again, we're talking about an interracial relationship, which again, love is love. But we're just saying you have to. I'm saying she was gullible to not knowing the history or knowing the behaviors to watch out for. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. Because for her to go all the way over there to die, no, and come back in a body bag, that's serious. And then we don't know how she was raised. You understand? She's not with her father. Her father's with a black one. Her mother has a whole relationship with a white man. So she probably thought it was okay to disrespect because her mother never told her, don't disrespect no black man. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But she went in on black men. She wanted light-skinned babies. And she's like, again, she's not the only one. It's many women out there. And my thing is, be careful who you love. I don't care what color he is.
There was a black lady. I can't think of her name right now. I'm trying to Google it. She was killed. She did the same thing. She went on she met a white guy on a dating site. This was Chicago area, maybe. She went on a dating site, went out on a date with him, and he killed her. Cut her body up and everything, dismembered her body, and they caught the guy, and he's in jail now. But yeah, she's on a dating site meeting white guys. That was her preference on her dating site was Caucasian men, and she met one, and he, killed her and strangled her, and then dismembered her body. So I don't know.
Look, and we can't forget about the women that's killing the black men also. It has been a rise in it. I don't think people are really recognizing in the past, 5 to 6.
Tiffany, your Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi-ing.
Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi. It's funny.
Or not Wi-Fi. You disappeared, Tiff. Yeah, Tiffany, you got some Wi-Fi issues or phone issues. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm with you, Kev. I date who you want to date, but it seems like black people, we're the only people that when we date outside our race, we always have to diss our race.
Yes,
right?
that's yeah. which
Name me one white man you've ever heard diss a white woman while he's dating a black woman.
Right.
None. There's none. But for whatever reason, it's almost like when you see a black policeman with a group of white policemen, he wants to show them that I ain't with those niggas. I'm with you guys. So he does extra, he's extra violent with if the person they're arresting is black. They seem to do a lot of extra to prove to the other white policemen that they're with them.
A perfect example, Carl. We've been talking a lot about Chili from TLC over a few weeks, who's obviously a MAGA Trump supporter, right? It's been proven, and she's married to a white guy. And I think black people are actually going harder on her because she is married to a white guy and she's a Trump supporter. I think she's a Trump supporter and was married. She was a Trump supporter, was married to a black person. She will still catch heat, but I think she's catching extra heat because of her spouse. You know what I mean? So in our mind, that's the reason she's a Trump supporter. Because Snoop's a Trump supporter, obviously, I believe. Nelly's a Trump supporter. I mean, we got Mike Tyson's a Trump supporter. We got plenty of Trump supporters, but they're married to other black folks, We don't see it that way. So Chili's married to a white guy. So I think that's why she's catching a little bit more heat than them, because I think she's really, really, really done. Really, like, there's no coming back. She's so done, So I think when people are in interracial relationships and they show, and the black people show racial hate towards their own kind, it's really unforgivable.
Yeah. All right. Show this video of this sister, what she thinks of the Ashlee Jenae.
The past year and a half, I have noticed an increase in cases of white men killing black women who they are more often than not having relations with. And I have a theory. I think the uptick in the divestiture movement, in this, if you want a soft life, go get you a white man, all this rhetoric that's going on this app, and as well as Twitter and everywhere else, I think that it is turning black women into prey. Because I remember seeing a video where a white man said that black women now, they're easy to get. Because so many of you are starting to believe the lies that these women are telling on these apps. You believe that a white man automatically means a soft life. And so you push that and you encourage it. But I think what's happening is you have racist white men who are looking to harm a black woman, have found a way to do that just by luring you in with money. Because for whatever reason, you guys have allowed these delusional women on these apps to convince you that because he is not a black man, he cannot harm you. That he cannot take your life. Why? No idea. No idea. No idea why you would think that just because that man is not black, he is not capable of taking your life. And I think now, in a way, some black women are being haunted. Do not allow these divestors and this soft life movement to turn you into prey. Because I believe that is what's happening. When you look at a lot of the cases of these black women, some of them were for hire. Some of them were in relationships. I personally believe that these men were racist from the jump. I think they were racist from the jump, and they had a very specific target. And so many of you make it so easy now. All you have to see is white and money, and you're going. I really need black women to start using their common sense and think about their lives. Please, I'm begging, think about your life. Because how many more times we have to see this for antennas to start going up? And I do think it's interesting that every time one of these cases come forward, I don't hear these same women address this. I don't hear them say a word. Do not allow your need to have your bills paid turn you into prey. Have a good day.
Mm-hmm. That's deep.
Remember we did a show, I pulled this up, Tiffany and Carl. Laura Smith Fields, 23 years old, black lady that was killed in Connecticut. Remember her? We did a show on her. She met the white guy on Bumble. on the dating site Bumble.
Uh-huh.
And that guy never got charged. He got off. I think this happened somewhere up in Connecticut. Yeah, they met on a dating app Bumble, and she obviously invited him to the apartment, and they had intercourse. And he said she woke up, she was dead. He was never charged. Kind of found out he's part of something to do with the Connecticut police force. He wasn't. I don't think he's a police officer, but he's somehow connected to the police force. But he got off. He was never charged with killing this lady. You know, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before I got cut off, sorry. Yeah, the young ladies that killed the black guys, they got off too, you know, and they're very violent too. They kill, they stab. I mean, it's ridiculous. So again, we have to be careful on who we date. It's just that interracial couples is on the top of the list to be more on point. I'm sorry. We do not have a good history with these people. You understand? And you do not want to wind up sleeping with one that is infatuated with you but is sick with it. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want that. You don't want that at all. But yes, it is people out there that have functional relationships with a person of another race, and they've been together for years. Shout out to them. Love is love. But these young people today, y'all need to be on point. You don't want to get unalived, go all the way to another country to get unalived, you know, on your 31st birthday. That's horrible. It's horrible.
And Halle Berry said her ex, it came out that he called her the N-word many times.
Well, she thought she was too white, you know, too light skinned. You didn't think that was gonna slip? You understand what I'm saying? Like, they think because if it's on, you date them, your life is going to be better in some type of form. Maybe for certain people, but not for all people. You know, you got to really find out who these people are, who you dating. You might be dating somebody that their grandfather had slaves and shit. I'm sorry, I just can't see it. I tried to even sniff a white man. I almost threw up. He did not smell like cocoa butter, no oil, no Old Spice. Nothing.
It's funny you said that because before we started, and I decided not to. There's somehow, I guess my algorithm leads me to kind of videos, but it was a video talking about how white people smell, and this one white man explained that the reason they have this smell is because of the towels and now this is just a one white man speaking. I'm not saying that all white people do this, but this was his explanation as to why white people smell the way they do when they get wet. He said, the black guy said, well, how often do you wash your bath towels, you know? He said, well, never. He said, because here's was his explanation. I'm going to try to find the video once you and Kevin talking, I'll try to find it. He says, because they rationale is, I just took a shower, my skin is clean. When I use the towel is clean, so there's nothing dirty. There's clean. I have a clean towel, a clean body, so there's no need to wash the towel.
That's horrible. They just mad because they don't got no black people washing their clothes anymore. We wash our ass and we wash our towels after at least 3 or 4 uses. I'm sorry. I know I do. I wash my towels. You know, they can't remember they get wet. You gotta hang them up. No, they gotta get washed. See, you know, they nasty. That's why they smell like that. You right.
And then there's videos of white women saying they don't shower. They shower a couple times a week or a couple times a month because
that's not good. That's not good. I'm not doing that. We need to wash our ass every day. I'm sorry. Black people, we sweat, we eat all different type of things that come out our body. We need to wash our ass. You know, some people sweat more than others. Some people light sweat. You understand? But I think 1 day I wash my ass. 2 days you might get, you know, I might give you a 2-day, but I'm washing my ass because it start itching.
Mary Moon Pie, what's up, Mary from YouTube says, I'm white and I wash my towels every other day.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. Thank you, white lady.
I mean, yeah, Mary, I'm sure. I mean, these are all, you know, stereotypes and, you know.
I never knew that. I never knew that though, because I really didn't care. how they wash their ass, how they eat. I don't really care. I be worrying about paying bills and stuff. So we don't got time to be worried letting them live rent free in our head. So
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that was off topic, but I just thought that, it was funny that I was watching those videos. Of course, it's just a few. And of course, then you have the white people who say that one video, the white guy was complaining that black people always smell like soap. We always smell.
Is that a bad thing? That's a
well,
horrible
look,
thing.
I take it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we smell like soap because our ass is clean.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with these wiggers?
Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on from Ashlee. And Kev, were you an African Bambaataa fan? African Bambaataa is a rap pioneer who passed away at 67 last week.
I think we throw around the word pioneer way too easy. I wasn't a fan. I love the one song. Planet Rock was a great song. It was a big hit back in the day. Pioneer? I mean, Tiffany would know more about this than me because she's from New York City. She lived that life. I'm a big rap fan. I go back to the Sugar Hill Gang and Curtis Blow and all those guys. I just don't know how this guy is called a pioneer.
Well,
I think Curtis Blow's a pioneer.
Right, he's a pioneer.
LL Cool J might be called a pioneer. I mean, come on. I mean, guys who the Sugar Hill Gang, Kumo D. I mean, guys who broke the ground are pioneers. KRS One, who was battle rapping on the corners of New York City back in the day. I don't know if this guy's a pioneer, but he had a great hit that stands the test of time. If they put that on in the club now, people are going to jam to it. It's a great song, Planet Rock. Pioneer? I don't know. Okay, may he rest in peace. I wasn't a huge fan, but I loved that one hit that he had. I just saw the Pioneer thing pop up on my screen when he passed away, and I'm like, Pioneer? And I knew about the allegations also. I knew about the allegations when that happened, yes.
But had a unique sound. Wasn't he the first to have that sound?
So African Bambaataa came out in the late 70s, I think it's 70s, 80s, during the time and era of Kool Herc. Now, why they call African Bambaataa a pioneer, because he was like one of the ones that started with the DJing, with the music, mixing, because he was a DJ. And
right.
he lived in these projects, Bronx River projects, or whatever the case may be. Something this young man said that I was listening to, he used his talents to hurt so many people. He was a very talented man, and he opened up doors for so many people. But on the other end, he was allegedly, and because he never came out and said anything or denied anything, no charges was ever brought up, or I don't know if it was like a statute of limitations, but somebody just recently sued him and won their case. And it wasn't even Hassan Campbell that actually I first time ever heard the story from. If anybody that don't know Hassan Campbell is a content creator on YouTube. He's been there for over 10 years. And the first time he ever came out was to talk about being harmed by African Bambaataa. He told his story. He told what was going on during that time. You got to remember, back in the late 70s and the 80s, what was going on during that time?
Right.
The crack era.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time that you have a lot of young men and children, young children, parents were unavailable. They weren't watching them because they either had drug issues or they was busy paying bills and stuff like that. And he took advantage of that. He used to give them sneakers. He used to have block parties. Like, he was very well known in the community doing things for the youth, doing stuff for the community. What is the greatest place to be able to be a predator where everybody's looking up to you? And also the Zulu Nation, which he is his how can you say not a club, but it's like an organization that they have together. I actually saw them a few times, but I never felt like I wanted to join because it was something very empty about it. But they had an organization, and the organization stood strong. They stood strong. They said it was an AKA gang. You know, that you really didn't talk about what he did or how he did because he gave so much for the community. But I feel bad for a lot of the victims that you have people that saying rest in peace to a man that harmed them, messed their life up. They, you know, a few people came out besides Hassan Campbell talking about what happened to them as young boys being in his vicinity with other young boys. So again, you know, he cannot get a rest in peace for me. I don't care if he did Planet Rock, Super Rock, or whatever rock he did. I'm not with it. I'm against sexual abuse against children and adults. I'm against it completely. So that's just a little bit about him. He used his talents to be able to help so many, but also hurt so many in the whole thing. And nobody held him accountable. Nobody whooped his ass. Nobody did anything. And that's a problem for me because it's been going on for years. People been talking about this for years. And nobody did anything about it. So that means y'all co-signed it. Or y'all felt like if he was putting money in your pocket, y'all didn't want to mess up his pocket. Lord, he ain't touching my child. You know, I don't care. But he touched many, and it was horrible. And I feel bad for them. And I hope that they can be able to maybe sleep a little bit better that he's gone now. And they get ready to open up the Hip Hop Museum, if y'all know. The Hip Hop Museum was a big thing that they was talking about because they was going to put him on the committee. And a lot of people was not dealing with that. They did not. They was like, he cannot be on a part of the board when he has accusations of molesting boys. You know, so again, you know, I'm not saluting a man that has allegations, not from one, two, from many people of sexual abuse, and so many people stood by and didn't do anything about it.
All right, so here's some music from Africa Bambaataa if you're not familiar or you want to refamiliarize yourself with Africa Bambaataa.
He follows you in the bathroom. Now when you go in the bathroom, he got to go in the bathroom with you, and he's peeing at the same time. It's like he's incredible. Now he's timing you going to the bathroom and pissing at the same time when he's pissing. Then he comes with the young men are supposed to jerk off, and then he leaves his room door open with porn playing, and he might walk out and then just have you sitting there. And then he leaves you with the porn playing. Then he turns around, and this is what how you really like. He's bugged out, and you realize how sick he really is. Especially when you think back. Now he has books, and in those black books, people you never think that you would ever even expect is in those books, butt ass naked. And when you look at those books, you actually looking at stair steps of the older generation before you in those books, and him catching all these guys at a young age.
Some of these boys became men and they've told their stories. And I absolutely believe those stories because one thing is Africa Bambaataa, at least to my knowledge, has never denied some of the most critical claims. He never denied it. And that's one of those things when you are a man, hell, even if you're a woman, but if you're a man specifically, that's something you do not want on your record, and you take that seriously. You take those type of allegations seriously. Somebody accuse you of something like that, you got to fight. You got to fight. You got to fight with everything you got. You got to throw everything at them, throw everything at them, their lawyers, their spouses, kids, anybody, everybody gonna get it. Everybody get it for an accusation like that.
Yeah, was that the guy you're talking about, Tiffany? The first
No,
guy?
Hassan was the other one, the light-skinned guy with the
Right,
glasses.
yeah, I know that was Willie D, the last one.
Yeah, Willie D. Yeah, that was Hassan Campbell. And again, Hassan Campbell started out with YouTube talking about sexual abuse against him. That it got so bad that people were blaming him that he changed over. Now he does the latest topics and what goes on and stuff like that. He had to change over, but he's very successful on YouTube. But he's been talking about this for a very long time. And nobody wanted to do anything about it. Nobody wanted to help. Everybody was covering their eyes and covering their mouth, and not talking about it, So now so much is coming out right now, and people are talking. I told you, one guy said he used his talents to hurt so many. He said they parents used to tell him, "Don't go over there. Don't go over there near that rap guy." You understand? Like, everybody knew in the hood who he was, and nobody did anything about it. But he bought block parties. He bought entertainment. He did all these things for the community. If you needed sneakers, you would go over there. He would get them for you. Like, he knew what he was doing. Very manipulating. And I just found out that he was cool with Dr. York. I don't know if you ever remember the Dr. York. He was actually from Bed-Stuy, and he moved all the way to Eatonton, I think, Georgia, and built his own little pyramids. He had his own communities and all of that stuff like that. He's locked up for child molestation right now. So it's just like all of these things is clicking now. You're learning so much about the different history. But my thing is how everybody knew and still didn't say anything, didn't mention anything, or even separate from him, knowing that he, they said he went into hiding the past since Hassan has been coming out and talking. They say he went into hiding, but he wound up dying of cancer anyway. And they buried him on Kool Herc's birthday. Isn't that something? Mm-hmm. And Kool Herc's birthday just made it. Just was a couple of days ago.
So what was the significance of Kool Herc passing?
No, Kool Herc is another pioneer. Kool Herc was I think we talked about Kool Herc before. Kool Herc was another one that was doing a lot of DJ with the music, having the rent parties. I had an opportunity to meet him. He was cool. I never got a negative vibe from him. I actually went to he did a speech. Him and Dr. Umar and David Banner, I was able to hear them. Very strong men, talking about the history of life, the history of hip hop and stuff like that. So Kool Herc is another. He's also a pioneer in hip hop.
All right. I'm gonna ask Tiffany and Kel, do you guys get the feeling that a lot of white people feel like they're in charge of us, or like that they have a right to talk to us and do it, like guide us? Or do you ever get that feeling?
Well, yeah, they are AKA down low handlers. Remember, you used to have a white man to co-sign everything for you and stuff like that. When back in the days when we had church, you had to have a white person in the back. They're really upset that they can't do that to us anymore. And this is why Trump now is saying that white people need to have reparations because they lost so much. No, they lost their slaves. They lost their control of black people, and they're mad as shit, But no, yeah, I feel it, but I don't give them no energy. I don't even give them no energy.
All right, I'm gonna show this video of this brother. He's so right. Like I don't have the video, but there was a video of a kid playing a guitar in the park, and apparently you're not supposed to have any kind of noise or instruments in the park. And this white man came up to him and said, you shouldn't be. And he's like, okay, well, if the police come and tell me that I need to leave, I will leave. But the white man was kind of getting in his face and insisting that he leaves. But this brother saw, I guess he saw the video, and he just expressed that white people seem to think, I see white people doing, I was in a store one time and I saw a white guy and a white girl. They look like teenagers, just taking shit and stuffing it in a bag. Just stuffing shit in the bag. And I looked at them, they looked at me, and I laughed, and they laughed, and they went about their way. I had no intention of, it's none of my business. I think, are we good at minding our own business?
Yeah, we're good at minding our own business.
Because it ain't my store. It's not my stuff, you know? And they just shoved a bunch of shit in their bags and they walked out.
I saw that when I was in New Orleans. I had to run back and tell my mother. I said, Ma, I just saw 2 white people steal some beer from off the and walk right off.
Yeah.
I said, if we would have did it, they would have stopped us in mid-track. Stop, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? But I couldn't believe it. Like, they just go and nothing happens. It's their life.
We know that snitches get stitches, so we know we don't snitch. I mean, you're right, Tiffany. That's so funny. If we saw a white person shoplifting, we probably would just turn the other way and wouldn't.
Yeah, that's not our business.
But if a white lady saw you shoplifting, Tiffany, she would definitely go tell the manager. Immediately, yes.
Immediately,
yes. It will be done. Yeah, that's the difference between us. That's a strange. That's weird. That's weird. We would not snitch on them. We wouldn't snitch on them.
It's real life. It's real life. We don't snitch like that. You know, I was in a situation yesterday at the fashion show where this lady, she runs the fashion show, and the lights shut off. And we needed to get into the box. Now, she already told us, don't touch the box, call her, and she would have somebody go in the box. So the lights shut off, but somebody we was working with is a white woman. She went behind there and shut the lights back on. So when she told me she did it, at first I was like, oh my God, the lady don't want nobody to touch it. But then when I looked at her, I said, oh, you got skin protection. I said, she ain't gonna say nothing to you. She said, Tiffany, don't worry, girl. I'll take it all for you. I said, thank you, Miss White Linda. I loved it, you know, because when the lady came up, I was like, listen, there go Miss Linda right there. That's her. Because I didn't want her to, because, you know, if we would have touched it, it would have been an issue. You know, but Miss Linda felt upon herself and found the fuse box, opened it up, and clicked it back on. And said, "Ba-da," and we was back to normal. So, yeah, white people got it so much better. I'm sorry. I don't understand how they feel like they are being treated badly. Y'all are white. Y'all have white skin protection. This is y'all world. So why is you giving us problems?
Yeah. So here's the brother talking about white people feeling like they're in charge.
Y'all, white people really hate to see other people having fun. I just seen this video with a young brother who was playing the guitar in the park, right? Mind his business doing this thing. And then this little white dude walk over to him talking about, oh, you know, it's illegal to have it happen in the park. And the dude was like, okay, like if they kick him out, they're going to kick him out. So then the dude came back and was talking about, oh, the police said it's illegal for you to have that amp. And he was like, okay, well, let the police be the police. I mean, like, if they're going to come do something, let them come do something. But why are you here? Why are you here? Right? And it just really makes me understand that white people really think that they run everything, bro. Like, genuinely, they think that the good Lord just left them in charge. And you see this reflected in so many of their conversations, so many of their topics of discussion, where they think that they are the center of everything. Like, if you ever listen to them talk about neighborhoods that's getting gentrified, right? They'll be like, oh, this neighborhood is up and coming now. It's coming along now. And it's like, what made you think that area was so barren and in despair and destitute before you showed up? Right? And like I say, they hate to see people having joy. Then he told the dude, I don't want this to get physical. I don't want it to get violent. But the whole time, the only person starting something is you. It's literally just you. And you know, it just made me think back to, I remember when I was in the military, you could have white people that'll be like sitting in their cubicle, sitting in their office all day, don't really come out. But the moment they see 2 or 3 black people congregating, just standing there having conversations, they start showing up, they start walking around, doing laps around the building, Like they gotta patrol you or something like that. And it's like, bro, they genuinely hate to see other people enjoying themselves. And I don't know how it is humanly possible to be so bothered and disturbed by other people just having a good time. Like,
All right, here's another brother expressing his feelings about white people.
I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like vanilla. I don't like the way you motherfuckers smell. I don't like the way you motherfuckers assume that we need your 2 cents. I don't like the way you assume we steal your property. I don't like the way that you motherfuckers walk. I don't like the way you motherfuckers look. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like nothing about you. I don't want nothing to do with a motherfucking reject around me. I don't like no moon demon. These motherfuckers sit up and say, well, all of us ain't bad. Motherfucker, you don't do nothing about the ones that is, so you's a fucking accomplice. Played out ass rhetoric. Oh, well, come on. We all human beings. No, bitch. We don't know what the fuck your mayonnaise ass is. We know we melanated people as human beings. We know we God's people. We know we God's children. We still trying to figure out where the fuck you came from. Europe don't even want these motherfucking reject ass bitches. This is why they kick they motherfucking ass out. This is why they try to get melanated people to be closer and closer to them every year. They trying to separate you from the Caribbeans, separate you from the Africans, separate you from the Latinos, all so you can feel just like how that motherfucking cracker feel alone. Goddamn devil ain't got nowhere to go, can't go back to Europe, can't go nowhere. Don't nobody want that motherfucking mayonnaise warrior nowhere in the world. This is why. Do you understand why they want you so isolated? Because they want you to be just like them. The European reject want melanated folk, want Caribbeans, want Africans, want Latinos. They want everybody just like them, alone, by themselves, isolated, alienated, ostracized. This is why so much goes into making you hate yourself, making you hate everybody around you. This is why all the seeds that were planted, all the things that we suffer from today, if you trace all that shit back, it all stemmed from where? That motherfucking mayonnaise bitch.
He was going in. He made me think about DMX when DMX was going in or Drake. He was like, I don't like the way he look. I don't like the way he smell. I don't like the way he came. I feel you. He said that mayonnaise be getting on his nerve.
He didn't lie about anything, though. I mean, he did not lie about anything. I mean, you even have, listen to this white man.
I'm going to say this to all of the white people as a white person. We are the problem with this country. We have been the problem since day one. Since we designed this country to benefit white people. Beating black people, lynching black people, tearing out the fetuses, using babies as alligator bait, paying Charleston to beat our slaves, to whip them and put salt in their wounds by the day. Segregation, Jim Crow, the genocide of Native Americans, the Trail of Tears, Asians in internment camps, because how dare an Asian come to America? We have to put him in camps because we have to make sure America stays white. Stealing the land from Mexico, stealing the land from the Native Americans, stealing black people on the Middle Passage. Most of you people don't even know what the hell it is or how many people died or about the bull sharks that follow the ships because you don't care about actual history. Oh, hey, let's just take Hawaii. Let's go steal it from King Kamehameha. Hey, while we're at it in this great Christian nation, we're going to say that, you know what? We're a Christian nation made in the image of God. But we're just going to design it to benefit white people. Yeah, a black person's only worth 3/5 of a person. They can't vote. They don't have rights. They're not even a citizen until 100-something years later. Women? Nah. They just need to make us more white babies and fold our underwear and clean our socks and make us dinner and just serve the man. That's their job. We're not going to let them vote till the early 1900s, till the women's suffrage movement. Let's look at the Catholic Church. How many thousands of young men have abused and molested little boys? Oh, look, white people, white men. The Baptist Church. Decades they covered up sexual assault. White men. Gun violence. 98% are men. The vast majority men, white men, U.S. citizens. I know it's shocking, not drag queens. not gay people, not transgenders, white men. Nothing to see here. January 6th. Whiny little children with micro penises. Mediocre white men didn't like the result of an election. And they felt so emboldened that they put a gallows up that they were going to hang the vice president of the United States, beat officers, crush their vertebrae, PTSD, brain damage, heart attacks. Hey, they're patriots, yeah, woohoo! But a black man has the audacity to kneel before the American flag. He's a son of a bitch.
Yeah, I heard him before.
I think the sooner, and I know this will probably never happen, but the sooner a majority of people admit that they have a problem, nothing's gonna change. They don't want to admit the problem. No one wants to admit that Donald Trump he's an idiot, right? And I mean, I'm not saying that to be mean, but he's just stupid. He makes stupid. You know what I mean? He talks stupid. He can't read, right? He's just a stupid person. But none of the white people around in his circle would ever admit that he's dumb. They just seem to think if we talk around it, no one would realize that he's dumb. You know, so I'm saying that because, I mean, look at all the horrible crimes of the world, all the wars, who's killing the most people. Yeah, black people commit a few murders here and there, but when you got a country going to another country and killing thousands of people with one bomb, you're telling me that black people are the main contributors to murder and mayhem in the world? You know, 1 or 2 shootings here and there, right? White people do all the mass shootings, right? Like I said, all the wars, thousands of people. And until they admit that and start working on themselves and stop thinking that they're okay, you're not okay. There's lots of people in your group that you need to help and you need to fix. So until you do that, I don't think anything's going to change.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can, it's the truth. Like I said, I don't, their history is not too good. And like you said, until they look at themselves and make change. And I want you to understand, Trump is not the only one. It was a whole list of white jerks that we had that ran this country, that had slaves and everything, but they knew how they wanted to run it. It's just that we're in a social media era now. So we see everything. We're seeing people for who they truly are. We saw who people was when it came down to the voting. Just like Hassan Campbell, he's found out who all his friends was when they were saying rest in peace to a man that he took advantage of him. You understand what I'm saying? So there's many bad people out there that's winning and you don't understand why. Why nobody saying nothing about their bad behavior or what they're doing? Because a lot of people don't care. A lot of people like going along with the program.
Yeah. Okay. So Kevin, this next topic I'm going to touch on, this is probably going to be up your, this girl put out a video talking about Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Her take was, even though he was great and he's the greatest entertainer of all time,
yes,
he still leaned towards white. He has 2 white kids. He made himself white, and that bothers her. And a lot of black people in the comments chimed in and felt like even though he was black, he was born black, but he still didn't seem to be comfortable being black.
Okay, we can address that. Let's do it.
All right, let me show the video, and I'll give you my take, and you can.
Yes, sir.
Y'all can get mad, but I'm still gonna say it. When I look at Michael Jackson's legacy, this is the part that feels like a real disconnect. Because how do you become a symbol of black excellence, a voice for the world, and then when it comes to building your own family, it looks like you step completely outside of that. Instead of creating your own legacy, your own biological legacy, you chose a path that left people questioning identity, culture, and representation, and then brought that back into a black family, a black community. Like people weren't supposed to ask questions. This is where the discomfort comes from. not hate, confusion. Because when you represent so much to a people, your personal choices don't stay personal. They become symbolic. And we should be able to say that out loud, because legacy isn't just what you gave the world, it's what you leave behind too. And honestly, this just feels like someone who was lost, because when you really look at him, for all the greatness, for all the impact, it still feels like he was searching, like he never fully found peace in who he was. And that's the part that's so sad to me. Not the music, not the legacy, but the fact that someone could be that great and still feel lost. God bless him, because now he don't have to carry the weight of the world no more.
All right. She said what she said. She feels like him, leaving, those two white kids. He has three white kids, right? Two sons and a daughter, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Paris. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's your take, Carl? I have mine. You want to go first?
Yeah, I have always felt, and this is how I feel in general. When I see Black women with blonde hair in their head, I feel they're giving a nod to white. I feel they're saying that white people's hair is better than my hair, so I need to cover up my hair, my natural hair, with white. That's just how I feel. That's how I feel about Black women with the long weaves, and I know some Black people do have long hair, but we seem to value long straight hair, more than we do our own natural curly hair. And I kind of get it, because in certain spaces, Black natural hair is not accepted.
I was getting ready to say it. Please, Carl, please remember that when our hair is relaxed, white people relax.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yes. But I'm just, so I understand that part of it. So the same thing with even look at all the Jacksons. Most of them got nose jobs, right? Marlon got a nose job. Janet, her nose, now you can barely see her nose.
Right.
Well, of course, Mike, his was most famous. So, I mean, Malcolm X said it in one of his speeches. They taught us to hate our hair. They taught us to hate our nose. They taught us to just hate our skin. They taught us so much. So I don't know if that's the trauma that a lot of Black people are struggling with, which is why, we do this stuff to our bodies to try to fit in. James Brown, he straightened his hair because, back then, you straighten your hair, you probably got a better shot in the entertainment industry. So.
Yeah, most of the Black artists from that era, Jackie Wilson, Little Richard, they all straightened their hair. It was just, like you said, it was just part of trying to fit in, I guess. Fats Domino, you name it. Everybody from that era had the wavy, straightened hair, comb hair. What Malcolm said was true, but the white man taught you to hate yourself. In Michael Jackson's case, I think it was his father that taught him to hate himself. So, not the white man. I think his father abused him emotionally so much. It's a catch-22, because without Joe Jackson, those guys would probably be working in a factory somewhere. And
I was about to, thank you.
So I give Joe Jackson his credit, because he turned those boys and women into millionaires and world famous artists that that they are. The Jacksons are legendary. Michael's legendary. And, it was Joe Jackson who made that happen. So you gotta give him his props. With that being said, some of his tactics were abusive to a very sensitive kid by the name of Michael Jackson, who, dealt with it different than the other brothers. The other brothers, probably dealt with it a lot different, My only problem with Michael Jackson, and I'm the biggest Michael Jackson fan on the planet, so, but
yeah, whatever.
But I wish Michael Jackson, and I don't get on him about the skin complexion thing, because I believe when I was told that he had a skin condition, and he didn't bleach his skin to be white, he bleached his skin because he had a discoloration. I forgot what it was called.
Vitiligo?
He had a severe case of that. I met Michael Jackson and shook his hand And when I shook his hand, he had on these 2 white gloves. And when I shook his hand, I see his wrist, and like his wrist right there was very extremely pale. Like it wasn't like he bleached his skin. He actually did have a skin complexion. I met Michael Jackson, so he just had a skin problem, and he bleached his skin to make everything the same complexion because he's an entertainer, and he must be perfect as an entertainer. So he went too far with the plastic surgery, of course, but that had nothing to do with him trying to be white. That's just him trying to reserve an image that he had visualized. So as this entertainer, because that's all he's been all his life, as an entertainer, not a normal person, right? He's been an entertainer since the age of 6. So that's the life he lived. But as far as him embracing his blackness, I hear a lot of people that knew him personally, that spent a lot of time around him. Dick Gregory talked about Michael Jackson. We got the producer that produced his last album. He talked about Michael. Chris Tucker talks about Michael behind the scenes when Michael's not in front of everybody on the camera.
They said Michael was hood.
Everybody say he was very hood and very black. They're always shocked when they talk. I hear people say it all the time. Like they say, I'm in the music studio with Michael, and Michael's in there, and he's more hood than everybody. So it's the same image that we got from Whitney Houston. With Clyde Davis made Whitney Houston this pretty good to girl,
American girl,
American apple pie girl. But behind the scenes, Whitney was hood as hell.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody blame Bobby for Whitney's downfall, because they go, "Oh, Bobby made her hood." No, Bobby didn't make her hood.
She was already hood.
Already hood, a lot hood, more hood than Bobby. So it's the image that we get of Michael Jackson that he wasn't down. When I know that Michael Jackson bought the Beatles catalog, and he gave all the black artists that were poor, Little Richard, and many others, gave them their music rights back, which made them instant millionaires again. Those guys were poor, just living paycheck to paycheck, doing gigs or whatever, trying to make some money. Michael Jackson bought that music catalog, outbidded Paul McCartney, got that Sony music catalog. He gave all those black artists their musical rights back and made those guys multimillionaires. He put a lot of money into the black community when he was making the big money. My only problem with Michael is that I wish, and I don't know why he did this, I wish he would have gave that generational wealth to black kids instead of the 3 white kids that he had. And I don't know why he did what he did, but I just wish, every time I see those 3 kids, I cringe, because I know they got this generational wealth of the most amazing entertainer that ever walked this planet. And they have his generational wealth. And when Katherine Jackson passed, and I think she's in her early 90s now, and when she passed, they're going to fight for that money like crazy, and those kids most likely don't get that estate, and they're living the life of Raleigh right now off of the back of those brothers, the Jacksons. They're living better than the Jacksons, Paris and Blanket and all of
their partners is white or light skinned. So,
but that's, and I get that too. Somebody made a good point. I'm glad you showed that video, Carl, because somebody made a point. I saw another video similar to that. Michael Jackson's movie is coming out on the 24th. This biopic, which is getting rave reviews, by the way, already.
Because his nephew played him.
His nephew played him, yes.
Son played him.
Yes. And they're saying that when the red carpet premiere last week, Jermaine Jackson's son and Jermaine Jackson both showed up on the red carpet with women that weren't black. And that kind of brought up the topic again that these Jacksons do not date black women, because Jermaine Jackson shows up with a woman who's not black. She's Arab or something. Janet Jackson had a baby with an Arab man. Then she dated the barge guy back in the day. If you want to call them black, I guess they are. But then Then you have Jackie now is married to a white woman and have kids, but he's been married to her for years. Marlon's married to a sister, and Tito was married to a sister. May he rest in peace. So Tito and Marlon do have black wives, but the rest of those brothers have all dated, white. So it's but growing up in Hollywood, that's Hollywood. Those guys have been in Hollywood since before they were teenagers. They were in Hollywood, living that, and that's. I'm not making an excuse for it, but that's just Hollywood. That's that scene out there, that LA scene. They're gonna. Those brothers grow up. They went to high schools and schools in Beverly Hills where there were no sisters. They were superstars when they were kids. They went to private schools. They went to high schools in Beverly Hills. I know their history. I read the books on them, followed the documentaries, and they went to schools where there were nothing but other rich white girls there. There were no black girls in their junior high schools or their high schools or in their surroundings. The closest they got to black is when they were, probably around Motown people, when they went to Detroit or something like that to be around Motown or whatever. But most of their surroundings were white people back in the 70s in LA. Matter of fact, I saw somebody had told me that the Jacksons were the first black men in LA that owned Ferraris. They used to all drive Ferraris around Los Angeles when they were in their early 20s. No other black men in all of LA had Ferraris, but the Jackson Five. So that's LA, So but I wish Michael, I don't know why he made that decision to adopt or whatever happened to get these 3 kids. I'm always been confused by that. But I don't ever question Michael Jackson's blackness because I've heard too many sincere stories from people that knew him behind the scenes, and they always gave him his street cred. They always said that, don't believe what y'all see on screen. That man is a brother. Don't think he's gay because the man loves women. So, people debunk all these all these myths about Michael Jackson has been debunked by real brothers that knew him personally. Yeah.
One thing that you didn't mention that I think is a main thing with the Jackson family, they were very secluded people. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, they were Jehovah's Witnesses.
True.
That's a big thing on dealing with the outside world because, from me learning and knowing Jehovah's Witnesses, they're in their own bubble.
Right.
They don't know about certain things or they can't, look what happened with LaToya. She was easily to be influenced by this white man. You understand? They probably didn't talk about history like that because they didn't want to share what their families had to go through. And like you said, once you come in the industry of Hollywood, you see more white people, white women, and then you say you want to fit in or you want to look like them or, something like that. Yes, they say he had a skin issue, and that's why his skin was starting to bleed. He started bleaching or whatever he was doing. But then also you have the nose issue. Maybe he had a nose issue that he didn't like his big nose. But remember in Hollywood, that's what they told him. Get your nose done. Get this done. Get this. He just took it to another level that didn't even supposed to have went there.
I think from what I hear, he had a nose surgery that went bad. Then he tried to get it fixed, and it got worse.
And that's what happened.
That's what happened. It just got worse. He was having breathing problems because the nose job that he got went so bad. It went so bad that he had to have it redone, and he kept getting redone to try to get the problem fixed. But the more he got worse and worse. Yeah. So that's how that was.
I believe that.
But one thing,
Joe, I'm gonna tell you this. I think Joe did the best of his ability protecting his sons. I think he did a whole lot better than a lot of people has done. One thing that I think it was Randy, I think him and his sister did a documentary about Janet Jackson. They miss Joe now more than ever because they said now they understand why their father was so hard on them.
Yeah.
Because he knew these white people. Joe didn't change his face. Joe was still the same Joe who he was. You understand what I'm saying? But he knew who these people was. Not Mick Jagger, what's his name? Iman's husband offered
David
their
Bowie.
children drugs when they were young. You understand? And he said Joe told him not to get anything from none of them because they would try to come for you. You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised they had an identity crisis because they didn't know they self enough
I
because
was
they
going to
were
bring this point up.
secluded.
I was going to bring that point up you just made, Tiffany, about the drugs. You can say what you want about the Jacksons, all of them, you know, they're weird, they're strange, or whatever. You can say what you want about the Jacksons. One thing you can't say about them, all of them, from LaToya to Rebe to the brothers to Michael, they've never done drugs.
Right.
None of them
Yeah,
have
their
never,
father told them.
they've never
And
done
they said their father
cocaine.
told them.
And growing up in Hollywood from that young age and having all that money and being in Hollywood and never touched drugs is amazing. And Michael died from a drug overdose, obviously, but that was prescription drugs, not from like cocaine, you know, not recreational
Right.
drugs
It
like
was,
that. So he's never done that type of stuff, you know, drugs. You know, the thing about Michael is everybody gets on Michael for his hair or his process or whatever. But we always give Prince a pass. But you know, Prince didn't date that many black women either. And he was I don't know if we give Prince a pass. I guess we look at Prince more manly or something. But we always give Prince a pass. But Prince never, you know, I've never seen Prince with no chocolate sister.
No, you're 100% right. You didn't say it, but a lot of them do cross over and get either light skinned women or white or damn near white women. Which listen, that's the industry, that's Hollywood or whatever. Now with Michael Jackson, you know, I know we all heard the story. No, he wasn't with that lady. What's her name? Was Peggy or something? Or whatever her name was.
Yes.
That she wanted
The
to get
nurse.
rid of the baby that whatever she was having with this doctor she was with. And he was like, no, I keep the baby. You understand? So that's how he was able to get children. Now, I want me a couple of white children that I can raise my damn self so I can raise them to be the president and then have cookouts on the side so they can get us some benefits because we need a white person to help us get benefits.
And that young kid, the youngest one, what's his real name?
His name is Blanket. You talking about Blanket? He's
Yeah,
by
now
an Indian woman.
I hear Blanket is Michael Jackson's biological kid.
But I don't know. I need a DNA. But
I heard that Michael didn't have sex to have him. I heard Michael used his sperm
or whatever the
to
case may
impregnate a
be.
lady. That if you look at Blanket, next time you see a picture of him, look at him closely. He got some Negro in him.
Well, listen,
you can tell.
but his
You can tell
mother's Indian.
the
His
other two
mother's
kids.
Indian.
The other two kids, you can tell, are straight up
They're pure
Caucasian
white.
girls. Yes,
Yeah.
but Blanket got some. He has some Michael Jackson features. Is what I'm saying. If you look at him
Well,
closely,
it
I
could
have
be, but
eyeballed him closely, and I've heard the rumor that he actually comes from Michael's sperm. So
yeah, you're not the first one. They've been talking about it. It could be a possibility, it could not. You know, but his mother's Indian or whatever the case may be. And again, you know, Michael had these children. He loved them. He took care of them. He swung them off of banisters and shit. He loved them kids. So, you know, and he left them the money because he didn't have no kids. Again, we don't know what he was going through mentally and physically, especially being the superstar that he was. We would never understand Michael Jackson's walk of life. We would never get it. We would never understand his shoes. And again, I tell anybody, he died at almost 50, or he was 50, 49 or 50, he would die. He lived a life of 5 to 10, maybe 25, 30 people.
I think he's
Celebrities,
58 when he
okay?
passed. I think he's 58. I'll
He was
double
what?
check that. I'll double check that. I thought he was
Yeah.
58.
But
Yeah, 58.
he lived the life. So in his celebrity life, he was actually 150. He was 50, but he was 150 because he done been around the world, spoke to people at least 7 to 10 times. He done made people pass out, cry, and all of that. He was an entertainer, and that crown that he wore on his head was very heavy. Very heavy. And after they started accusing him of touching and molesting children and all of that stuff like that, that shit took him out. That took him out. That was too much, especially being a sensitive man. He was a very sensitive man because you saw what he did for people, how his music and how he expressed. That's why, because he was very innocent. In a lot of ways, he was very innocent, mentally and physically. But he was also a very smart man, and he learned how to play the game. And that's how he was able to buy, like you said, people's their whole life, their music tracks and all of that. The Beatles, they was mad at him because he was very smart. And if you look at a lot of videos, he didn't like Tommy Mottola. You understand? He said he was the goddamn devil. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he knew stuff that we would never ever know or understand. So again, we want to say rest in peace to Michael. And yes, he gave his money back to the white kids, to each his own. You know, he has nephews, and his nephew, shout out to his nephew. His nephew played him. You know,
Yeah.
I'm happy that they let a family member play him and not somebody else pretending or got so much plastic surgery to look like him. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, I like the black Michael. I like the medium black Michael. And I like the light skin damn near. I don't know what happened to the skin Michael.
Yeah.
Michael's a bad man.
Yeah. I mean, I agree he's the greatest. But I don't think he liked being black. I think he might have been hood in the studio around his friends, but I think I think features wise, I think he thought that the white features was a much better.
Yeah,
big
especially
nose,
in Hollywood.
right? Big nose, you know what I mean, and sometimes you gotta do what it takes to make it in the industry you're in. And how many big nose actors do you see as leading men? Big nose black actors do you see as leading?
Yeah.
How
They'll
many?
tell you quick, fast to have surgery or put this down. Again, we was just talking about hair. You understand? A lot of us couldn't wear our curly hair in the corporate world. This is why we have the Queen's Act, the Crown Act right now. You know, dealing with your hair. You can be able to have your hair any way you want, as long as you do the daggone job. But no, they didn't like that. So what we had to do, we had to get relaxers. We had to straighten our hair or put a wig on to make sure, we don't make the white people uncomfortable or the corporate offices uncomfortable. So, it's deep to how we have to simulate to make other people feel comfortable.
I mean, I saw an interview with Eddie Murphy, excuse me, talking about not coming to America, Boomerang. And he said that some top Hollywood producers were like, who's gonna go see a black man, you know what I mean, with the big note as a leading man in a movie? And this is Eddie Murphy.
And you see what happened, right?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Eddie Murphy could have gone ahead and got his nose done, but I didn't. But some people feel a big nose is a sign of unattractiveness. If you have a big nose, you're unattractive. So I really don't think Michael Jackson liked his and I get it. I get it, Even in our own black community, right?
They doing it now. Look at a lot of the celebrities. Look at their noses.
Say he's so fine. Anytime you hear a woman, oh, he's so fine, it's never a big nose, big lip, you know what I mean? With super African features, brother.
But they all doing it to themselves now.
I mean, are you saying black women don't find that attractive, or Hollywood white producers don't find that attractive? Carl, what are you saying? Because
a lot of black women don't seem to find the big nose, African guy that looks like Idi Amin, if you know what Idi Amin looks like.
Oh, stop it, Carl. Listen, stop it, because
no, Tiffany. Most black women you hear, oh, he's so fine. You're not going to see a big nose African coming towards you. You're not.
Yeah, but women like dark skinned men, right? Like have what's his name? Women go crazy with his Ibris. What's the name? I can't pronounce his name. The dude from London, Ibris. What is his name? Women love that guy. What's my man? Morris Chestnut. Women love Morris Chestnut, right? Women think Morris Chestnut is a man.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the color. I'm saying big nose, the big.
Oh,
You talking about the features or whatever the case may be.
right.
Now,
The feature.
listen, if
well,
you got
Carl,
a swagger,
Carl, do you like women with big ass noses? No, you probably
thank
don't.
you,
If a
Kev.
woman try to
But
come pick you up, Carl, she got a big ass nose, you'll be like, I just got things to do tonight.
yeah, some people have fetishes for different things, you know.
Nobody has a fetish for a big ass nose.
Listen, but again, okay, let me use an example. KRS-One got a big nose, right?
Yes, he does.
Right, yes, he does.
But what people is going to see is that he don't take care of his teeth properly. You understand what I'm saying? If you got a swagger about yourself, you're gonna bring the girls to the yard. They're not caring about your features, but if you carry yourself, come on, Jay-Z is not the most attractive, you know, but his swagger and how he carry himself pull Beyonce. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
No, stop it.
you know what? You're not gonna play and hate on Jay-Z. I met him before, and let me tell you something.
I
I
ain't
did not
playing on
understand why
Jay-Z.
everybody was
I'm a Jay-Z
screaming over this
fan.
man. When I saw him, I started screaming. I was like, "He is a what the fuck?" You understand? If you got a swagger about you, you gonna get far.
That's true. I never said he don't have swagger. The brother got swagger. He can rap his ass off. He's a bad dude. I'm gonna give him his props. But we had this conversation before. You have all the swagger you want. You work at Burger King. You and Beyonce ain't looking at him.
Again, if you got a swagger and you make me laugh and you cool, I'm not looking at that. That's what's wrong with us. We all on this physical shit, but what about people's insides and who they really are? They didn't ask to be born with a big nose. That's what God gave them or whoever their parents is. I didn't want a big fat ass. You understand what I'm saying? But my father has a fat ass and I picked up his goddamn traits. You understand what I'm saying? It's nothing I can do. I'm gonna take it off like a potato head or something. Like, let me switch my ass. You understand what I'm saying? I have a nose. I don't care. You either love me for my nose or I don't. But my swag is cool. So
You don't have a big nose. You don't have a big nose, Steph. But if you look at, let's look at the world in general. Let's look at watch the news, watch commercials, watch advertise. How many people?
Oh yeah, it's always slender
right.
and
yeah. You know, so
well, small list, but look at
problem
this.
like.
But you know what, Carl? Michael Jackson. If you look at his pictures when he did Thriller, for example, which is, I guess, still the #1 selling album of all time. Or you watch, matter of fact, I was just watching the video of the Motown. I was watching it today. Him and his brothers doing their melody on the Motown 25th.
Which is good.
Yeah, it was great. But if you look at his features, he had the jerry curl because I was in back then, but I think he had maybe had one nose job at that point, but not a lot of facial work, you know. When he became the biggest star in the world, the biggest star this world has ever seen, he didn't have that many white features.
Right.
No, he didn't.
Which is why
got most of his stars from his being black. Yeah.
Which is why I always ask, why didn't he stop there? He could have stopped at the Motown 25. He could have stopped. He could have the skin color thing. I get that with the vitiligo. He wants to even out his skin tone. Not a problem with that.
Right.
But why try to make your nose smaller? And then he had a cleft put in, dimples put in his chin, and you know what I mean. He had
something was coming. Something was going on behind the scenes dealing with his identity.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. I don't know if it was what you're thinking, though, Carl. I don't think it was ashamed of being black. I think it was more about the pressure of this image that he had in his head to become this person that he visualized to be this mega star, and he had to be different and be better than his last album. He had to come back. I think his next album was the Bad Album, which sold 20 million, which is a lot compared to other albums.
I think he's a Virgo. You got to remember too, Virgos are very hard on themselves. They're perfectionists. They can do anything. He was a perfectionist. You can see with his music how he did, and he wanted everything to a T. So it probably bothered him. He probably dealt with a lot of anxiety issues.
He could have opted to look Chinese too, Kev. He didn't go for that. He could have
You
said,
know what? Them Chinese used to pass out for him. I never saw people pass out till I saw them Chinese people passing out for him. They was like, Michael! They was just dying right there over Michael. And I was like, damn, Michael just said woo woo. And they like, damn, he's about to die or something. But yeah, we want to salute Michael. I think Michael was tired. Michael was tired. Michael chose his exit and he said, I'm out of here. Remember, that was his last words. He said, this is it. This is it. This is it. He was that serious.
Ralph 8078 on YouTube said those Europeans dictate the image that they want to present. Yeah,
I'm telling you, he had a lot of pressure. He had a lot of pressure on him. And let me tell you something. Once you start being around people and start learning people, you'll start learning that you made a lot of mistakes. You don't know, he probably was dealing with that. Like, I went through this whole thing. I got my face done. I got all, and I could have just stayed black. You understand? You don't know what he could have been going through behind the closed doors. But I know that was an identity crisis because he didn't have to do all of that. He Kev said. Kev, he was making money when he was dark skinned, when he was black. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody cared about that.
But
he was the bomb.
But if you want to make the most money, I guess he felt like I just don't feel he was comfortable being black. I just feel that he wanted a more Caucasian looking features, and he did it. I'm not knocking him for it, but it seems like he's more comfortable with a Caucasian looking features. He got Caucasian kids, and that comes from society telling us that Caucasian features is prettier, is better, is more accepted than the black African features. So he went Caucasian features.
Yeah, and it's so deep. I was working with a few young ladies this week, and they all had lip injections, white women.
Yeah.
They had lips injections, like making their lips bigger, and they don't understand the shit looks ugly. It look like somebody is sticking needles in your lips. It don't look natural at all. It doesn't look natural. So you, on the other end, we don't see that on TV, or they portraying that, but they are doing that. They getting their lips done, their ass done, their titty done. Everything they didn't want us to do, they're doing. You see how that is?
I mean, didn't they talk about Beyonce was darker when she was younger, and they said she was lightening her skin?
Beyonce is light skin. My thing is, a lot of people don't understand lighting. Or when you change your hair, I can get a blonder hair, and I'm going to look a little lighter because I'm going to blend into it. I think they're just going through that. Beyonce's always been light skinned. You understand? Jay-Z is probably more of Kev's complexion. You understand? Just a tad bit browner in the summertime. They're light-skinned people, and when they have certain things or they wear certain things or the lighting is showing certain ways, it will make you look different. It will make your shade look different. She's not bleaching her skin. She's a light-skinned woman.
All right. Tiffany's got Beyonce on speed dial, I guess.
No, it's not that I wish I did. I'd be like, Beyonce, No, but I don't got Beyonce. I would rather have Jay-Z on speed dial because that's my brother from Brooklyn. They actually doing concerts. They said all his concerts is sold out.
Yeah, I heard it's sold out, yeah.
Yep, they sold out. One of my sister friends, she said, Tiffany, I got my tickets, me and my husband. They got their tickets already. They ready. So Jay-Z he already sold out concerts already.
Who's he on tour with?
Himself.
He's on tour with nobody. His daggone self. But you already know he's going to bring people out. But he's on tour by himself and sold out. And he's going to be at the Roots Picnic, leading the Roots Picnic. So he's coming outside. Jay is coming outside. It's his 20th year. I think it's like the 25th year, 25 or 30 year of Reasonable Doubt or something like that. So that's why he's coming out.
Yeah.
All right. We got. So how is the TLC ticket selling? Anybody know?
Oh, they canceled.
The tour been canceled.
The tour's been canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, canceled the tour. Yeah.
Oh my God! Once again, black people shut shit down.
No, you gotta remember, you're not going to be caping, for Trump and all of this, knowing everything that's going on here, and then try to clean it up and be like, no, I didn't know he was doing that. And you sleep with a white man. No, to each his own again. But Chili, I knew that was going to happen.
But seriously though, that was because of black people. You pissed black people up. We shut Target down. We shut TLC down. Right?
I think because she went at the Michelle Obama. People were
when
pissed
she
off.
said that, when they said she posted that thing that she's a man, she played herself up and down, round and round. Remember, it's more black women out here than ever. We're really not going for that. So what she should have did, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that celebrities, if you're not gonna stand on business, as that funny looking boy said, if you're not going to stand on business, you should not say nothing at all. I think that certain celebrities should not get involved with politics. You understand? Because if you're not going to stand on the business that you're talking about, don't say nothing at all. She should have said nothing about nothing. She should have stayed in her lane, and none of this wouldn't have been happening to her. But because she said something, she mentioned something, she was a Trump supporter, she gave money, she called Michelle Obama.
Oh, no, Tiffany.
Wi-Fi again.
Yeah, I think
Expecting me
Shirley showed up at her
my
front door.
Wi-Fi. It was a phone call, Carl.
We thought Shirley knocked on the door, whipping that ass.
Carl think he's slick. Oh, it's her Wi-Fi. Ain't my daggone Wi-Fi.
I don't know.
I heard you, Carl.
Yeah. Normally, when your phone goes out, it's the Wi-Fi.
No, somebody was calling.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know.
Who's mobile?
We are going to wrap it up. I want to thank everyone who chimed in. We had quite a few people chimed in today, and really appreciate you guys stopping by. Hopefully, you join us Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I didn't put the link in the chat, but normally I do. If you wanted to jump on, on any episode and have an opinion, please feel free. Before we go though, Tiffany, anything you want to share that you learned on today's show?
Well, it's not. I think that every day we learn something new. I think that today we talked about information that needed to be talked about. We need to stand against sexual abuse against men, women, and children. Yes, you have many people out there that can be good and then they can be evil. And we cannot honor evil. I'm sorry. That's my personal opinion. We cannot honor evil. We know that they made a mark in life, but you made too many bad marks that made people have to suffer. The young lady, Miss Ashlee, I hope that her death is a message to other women, especially black women that want to date white men. Again, to each his own. But please do your history. Do learn about the person first. Don't be going over to a whole other country where they can turn into a complete monster. Remember, men have rights over there. Men can kill their wives and nobody would say nothing to them, okay? It's not like in New York or America, period. You understand? So, again, think twice before you date these men. Don't think because they got money, because all money is not good money. So we definitely have to be aware. I love Michael Jackson, and there's nothing we can do. He got white children. Again, thank you again for all chiming in. I know this week was a heavy week because we had to do burials this week. You did your burial this week?
No, we let my dad
I
do
can't
rest.
hear you.
No, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me? Everybody hear me?
What he said? I can't hear him.
I can hear you, Kev.
Yeah, we lay my dad to rest. This upcoming Wednesday. Upcoming Wednesday, yeah. Tiffany's Wi-Fi went out again.
I can't hear Kev.
You hear me, Carl?
Yeah, I can hear you, Kev.
Yeah, so Wednesday,
I
Tiffany.
can't hear nothing he's saying.
Can you hear me, Tiffany? You can hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't hear him.
Wow.
But what he said?
He said you're beautiful, and he hopes you find a man soon.
Thank you. That's really nice. I really appreciate that. But yeah, we buried one of our loved ones this week. Dwight, we buried him. That was a lot, you know. And then I had all my fashion shows this week. Shout out to Fashion Week Brooklyn. But again, thank you all that came out to listen to us. And please make sure you like and subscribe, share, leave a comment, and let us know how you feel. We really appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
All right, Kev, anything you want to share before we go?
Yeah, I'll punch Mike Tyson in the face if he says something negative about Michael Jackson. So, let's get that straight.
I can't even hear him.
Be no Michael Jackson blasphemy on this show.
He
You
could be
understand?
talking about me. I can't even hear him.
I'm not talking about you, Tiff. But anyway, there was a lady, I can't think of her name. I was trying to Google her. Popular, she was a politician. She was murdered by a black lady. She was married by her husband in Georgia a few weeks ago. I think like 2 weeks ago. Remember that call? I can't think of who she is, but she was married by her husband 2 weeks ago. And then we had another guy killed that just killed his wife. Justin Fairfax just killed his wife. These are upscale people. I mean, these are not people that are like in the hood struggling. These are very prominent couples, you know, who have really good lives and really live in really exclusive neighborhoods and have a lot going for themselves. And it's sad that he killed his wife and himself.
Hold on a second, Kev. Let me show a little bit of the Fairfax thing.
Okay,
We're learning in those divorce court documents that Justin Fairfax was described as a heavy drinker by his wife, Serena, and that he had recently spent what was supposed to be the children's horseback riding lesson money, they're teenagers, to buy a gun, and that, as you had mentioned, he was due to be out of this house by the end of the month. And all of that, according to the Fairfax County Police Chief Kevin Davis, is likely what sparked the deadly violence here. Now, police were called to the home late last night by the couple's teenage son. His teenage sister was also home at the time. Police say Justin Fairfax, 47, shot his wife Serena, 45 years old, multiple times in the basement. His body later found in an upstairs bedroom with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. According to court documents, the couple was in the midst of a divorce. She filed for divorce last summer, claiming they had actually been separated since June of 2024, but all the while living in the home together.
It's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. The kids, like the poor kids. And what a selfish act.
I didn't know them personally, but they were good neighbors and, community minded. And it's terribly sad.
Anything like this is upsetting. And then you think about the children because their futures are big time changed.
Police say the only incident of alleged domestic violence they're aware of was when Justin Fairfax called police in January, claiming Serena had assaulted him.
We responded to that scene. There are several cameras set up inside the house. Apparently, Mrs. Fairfax, at some point during these divorce proceedings, set up a lot of cameras inside the home. We reviewed those cameras, and we corroborated that the alleged assault never occurred.
Yeah.
That's just sad, man. Kids, man. That's very selfish of him to do that to his kids, man. Take the mother and father himself away from your kids, you know. That's just...
Yeah, for his teenage, I mean, that's is burnt in their brain forever.
They lost a mother and dad on the same night, and they're never going to be the same, losing both parents. And like I said, those kids, both of those parents, she was a doctor, and he was a politician, so they were living a really good life, you know. And those kids were probably, going to never recover from this. I can't imagine. Wow, that's just sad, very sad. And this guy's the rising star in the Democratic Party, too. He was doing some big stuff, and winning some elections. He was a rising star in the political field. Yeah, and his wife was a doctor, so unbelievable.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you, Mama Lee, for reminding us of Kevin. I guess your dad's gonna be laid to rest on Wednesday. You got DC? Is that where it's?
Yeah, we're gonna be in Washington D.C. He'll be laid to rest in Washington D.C. Yes, on Wednesday. Not looking forward to it.
No,
not looking forward to it, man. Yeah, I'm trying to put I was doing a show this past weekend. I was working on stage, and I was like, well, the weekend's going to be up soon, and then I'm getting closer and closer to my dad's funeral, and it's like I'm trying to prolong it. Like, I don't want the weekend to end because I don't want Monday to come and then Tuesday to come and then Wednesday's going to be here, and I got to go deal with that, and I'm not looking forward to it, man. So
yeah, I hear you. I think I told you that when my dad passed, I didn't look at him in the casket. I just couldn't. I just couldn't bring myself to look at my dad.
I've been having those thoughts in my head, man, Carl, for the last couple of weeks, man, since he passed. It's been 2 weeks now, right? Yeah. I'm having the same thoughts, man. I don't know how I'm going to handle it until I get there, Carl, but I've been having these thoughts, man, about going to the funeral and how I'm going to react to seeing my dad laying there. If I, go in and see it, which I'm sure I will. But I don't know how I'm gonna react, man. So it's something we all got to deal with, man. It's, I guess burying our parents, right? And not looking forward to it, brother.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, condolences to you and the family.
Thank you.
Catherine Tobias, aka Mama Lee.
Yeah. Her high school sweetheart. My dad was her high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's been knowing him I think she met my dad. She probably, 15, 16 when she met my dad. So and my dad was 84 when he passed away a few weeks ago. So she's been knowing him for a long time, since she was 15 up to the man's 84, right? That's a long time to know somebody. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I see Patricia. Thank you. Patricia says, great show. By the way, Patricia, I saw that little photo you had on Facebook. You were laid out looking very beautiful, but I didn't comment on it. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it, nothing. You didn't like it, Carl?
No. I didn't want. I didn't want that kind of smoke. Listen, I didn't.
That's funny.
I don't know what's gonna happen after I like that in the Kevin and Patricia house. So, so Patricia, I loved it. It was a very beautiful picture. It was very professionally, it looked very nice, and but like I said, I did.
What happened to Tiffany? She wrote Tiffany's Wi-Fi or Boost Mobile just said, "Ebbit, we out."
She claimed that it was a phone call. I don't know if she's getting. How many phone calls are you getting, Tiffany?
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
All right, bro. So we'll see y'all next week, man. Be back at it next week.
Yeah. And Kev, hugs to you and your family, brother. I know. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Today this happened. I'm not even saying this because of your situation, but I was driving home today and I was playing some kind of somber music, which I just was driving and tears were rolling down my eyes because I was thinking about my dad. I was thinking about my and and I know you've been, I'm sure you have your tragedy, but in your life, but it's hard, you know what I mean? And I laughed at some of the stuff, you laugh at the good times, at the same time. So, I feel you, brother.
I told my brother on the phone a few days ago, I said, I think it's not going to really get to me until I can't call him on the upcoming Father's Day in June.
Yeah.
Because I call him every Father's Day in June, like this June is Father's Day. This will be the first time since I've been a grown man that I won't be able to call my dad, That's going to be weird, not calling and hearing his voice on the other phone or something like that. It's going to be kind of strange. But yeah, so that's when it's going to kick in, man. This June when Father's Day come around, like I ain't got a dad to call, So yeah, it's crazy.
I used to call my dad every Father's Day, and he would say the same thing every year. Well, you don't need to call me because every day is Father's Day.
Right, that's cool. I like that.
Father's Day, need a special day.
That first Father's Day that you didn't have him, that was probably very tough for you, right? Yeah, I'm already looking forward. I mean, I'm already thinking about that next birthday because June is not too far away, right? Yeah. Crazy. All right, brother. Thanks, man.
Yo, no problem. All right, we're not sure what happened to Tiffany. Back-to-back phone calls. The people.
Tiff got a booty call. She to get out of here.
All right, people. So please like and share and subscribe to our channel. We're here every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Donna, for checking in. Patricia, Mama Lee, Bridget. Your sister Bridget still watches the show?
Yeah, she's been busy all week with funeral arrangements, so she's probably I don't know if she is watching tonight. She's been crazy busy. So yeah, much love to my sister. She's been holding it down for the family, making all the arrangements and stuff like that. So she'll be back watching us soon.
All right. Nicole Coates, thank you also. Victor Good from YouTube, a whole bunch of people on YouTube, but those of you on Instagram and Facebook also, thank you guys so much for checking in. We love you and appreciate, you coming here to spend this time with us. Kevin, I love you.
Love you, bro.
Wherever you are, I know you're listening. I love you.
Tiffany, stop. Tell them, wait till after the show to call you, Tiffany. We're not going to have this. This is a professional show.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Right,
She going to get me next week. You know that, right?
All right. We see you guys. Okay.
All right, we out. Peace and love.
Bye.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow. The Black Therapy Show. You in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite. No more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know it, Kevin, calling Tiffany. You'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy. We're gonna challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries. We built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's called Kevin and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show.